vision and about unity, and it's going to be a great thing. I know you're going to enjoy the message. But before that, we're really pleased to have somebody who's been ministering in contemporary Christian music for many, many years. Would you please welcome Randy Stonehill?
It's really not that big. You wouldn't think I'd get lost this easy. Has anyone seen my mom? Oh, there you are. You're right there. I just needed to be looking. Okay. Which in my case could be a plus. Let me just tidy up a little bit. Get some hanging plants, I think, maybe some macrame, and I don't know, it could be cozy. Either that or you're thinking, so 30 years of serious jet lag and really bad airport coffee. That's what it can do to a guy. He just kind of loiters. Well, here's a song about the central theme. Of this world like the back of your hand. Be as shrewd as a serpent in Eden's tree. But all his tempting substitutes cannot compare to the simple truth. You can turn to the right, turn to the left, till you turn to the one who gives us breath. Everything you do, everything you are, everything you know is incorrect. You may be a techno tycoon like William Gates, yeah. Travel the world like a rolling stone. Oh, but if the truth don't set you free, you'll only be a refugee, yeah. Turn to the right, turn to the left, till you turn to the one who gives us breath. Everything you do, everything you are, everything you know is incorrect. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You guessed it, here's a sterling opportunity for a musical bonding experience with old what's-his-name, Uncle Rand. So what I want you to do here in the chorus is clap along like this. Well, not exactly like this, like this. Turn to the right, turn to the left. There you have it. Feel the bonding. Feel the percussive bonding right there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn to the right, turn to the left, till you turn to the one who gives us breath. Everything you do, everything you are, everything you know is incorrect. Pull out that rotten wisdom tooth. Now that's a wise extraction. For all the good it's given you, you still can't get no satisfaction. No. It's time I switched, time I pick a language and commit to it. No, it's time I switched to decaf. You may know the roar of applause, the spotlight of fame. Have a face that could grace every magazine. You may be the president. The key word there being maybe. I don't know, maybe. You may be the president and think your power is heaven sent. Oh, you can turn to the right or turn to the left till you turn to the one who gives us breath. Everything you do, everything you are, everything you know is incorrect. Turn to the right, turn to the left, till you turn to the one who loves you best. Everything you do, everything you are, everything you know is incorrect. Yeah, I planned it. What? What? Ow! All of a sudden, it became a little ukulele. Big guitar, then we're doing Hawaiian music at the luau. And we're going into ukulele. Yeah, they just don't build these chords the way they used to. Tell you what. Gotta get a lot of duct tape. Just wrap it all around me. That's the safest bet right there. Oh. Well, Christmas is nigh upon us, and I'm sure, just as in my case, that for many of you, the relatives are coming to visit. My situation actually is kind of intense. It can be frustrating. It can be painful at times. It can even be sad. But I guess especially in this situation where neither my mother or father are believers, and so the wonder of the real vision of Christmas is just lost on them. It's kind of pageantry and family time, but they can't embrace the fact that this is the hope of life that we're celebrating, our reason to be, And they've always been very supportive of my music and try to come to as many of the concerts in their area that I do whenever they can. And I remember a couple years back, my father was taking me to the airport after this one concert I had done, and here he is in his little kind of practical, compact car. Though he's 6'2", just like me, it's kind of sort of sucking on your kneecaps. Try to think of that as extra protein. I don't know, but so here and it's like early in the morning, I'm kind of foggy. I'm sipping coffee, and we're in this little car, kind of shoulder to shoulder, and he just turns to me out of the blue, and he said, "So Rand, what's all this about praising God? What, is the Almighty's ego so very fragile that you need to keep stroking it to, stay on his good side?" And I could just feel my heart starting to race because I could tell that beneath the cynical edge, there was a real question, that he'd been listening. And I found myself praying silently, "Oh God, give me the wisdom here to articulate the wonder of your love and your reality, to my dad." It's a very kind of, what's wrong with this picture? It's a very awkward kind of a feeling. And I turned to him and I said, Dad, see, it's not that God needs our praise in order to feel good about himself. It's really, the truth is that when you begin to grasp who it is that you're dealing with, it just makes you worship. That's the automatic kind of human response. I guess you you either do that or you run like the wind in the opposite direction, you know, because someone's threatening your position of authority here. And I said, you know, Dad, see, this is the miracle that captured my heart 30 years ago when I was 17, and will never let it go. That the Bible says, you know, that God dwells in holy, unapproachable light. Unapproachable light. No one comes to him on their own terms, and no one could so much as glimpse him for an instant and live. And it's not because he's a big bully or something. It's because he's God. He's other. He's holy. God Almighty. And I said, now, Dad, but this is the miracle that captured me. That this same holy God that I couldn't even glimpse for an instant and live, because of holy love, that willfully chose to come all the way from heaven to the cross in order to ransom my fallen soul back from death to life. This is the same God now that I can call Abba, Father, Daddy. And the tension in the vehicle was so thick at this point, you could just kind of slice it with a butter knife. I mean, I actually didn't know what my dad was going to do in that moment. I didn't know if he was just going to backhand me, you know, or if he was going to start, you know, shouting and railing at me, or if he was just going to pull the vehicle over to the side of the road and break down and start weeping and just saying, okay, I give up. If you're there, then I'm here, and, you know, if you're real, then I'm yours. And that's my fondest prayer. But he just turned slightly in my direction as we continued down the road, and he said, huh. And the conversation was over. I got the distinct impression. But I figured that was a better response than some of the others I could imagine, you know. He dropped me off at the airport and hugged me goodbye, told me he loved me. I told him I loved him too. Kissed his raggedy old cheek, you know. Watched him drive away. And I went home and I wrote this. Mighty Father of creation, you stand outside of time. To your beauty no other can compare. While I still cast a shadow in these precious days of grace, your countless tender mercies I'll declare. Perhaps it is the wisdom only weariness can bring, but I've come to distinguish what is real from what it seems. I've danced just like a dervish to the symphony of lyres, but your voice of love rose above that desolation choir. Desolation choir. Won't you take me as your child of light? Break me if you must, I won't despair. Till every breath I breathe is a song of praise. Every heartbeat is a prayer. Till every breath I breathe is a song of praise. Every heartbeat is a prayer. Oh, speak to me in the silence, come to me in my dreams. Call me through the clutter of these days. If I should turn to blindness, let the church bells ring. Pull me back before I fall away. For I have stumbled down many a dark and crooked mile, where seduction and destruction have dogged me all the while. And the very things that I've embraced to medicate my pain turned out to be imposters and poison in my veins. They were poison in my veins. Won't you take me as your child of light? Break me if you must, I won't despair, till every breath I breathe is a song of praise. Every heartbeat is a prayer, till every breath I breathe is a song of praise. Every heartbeat is a prayer. Oh, oh, from the day we are born to the day they close our eyes, we are aching for belonging. Won't you take me as your child of light? Break me if you must, I do not care, till every breath I breathe is a song of praise. Every heartbeat is a prayer. Oh yeah, till every breath I breathe is a song of praise. Every heartbeat is a prayer. Yeah, yeah. Make sure we just get that right. Well, if God should bring me to mind at some point, just please remember to pray for my mom and dad. That would be the greatest gift I could ever get. So, and speaking of gifts, you know, it's a wonderful and freeing truth that we need to cling to. If you struggle with, insecurities or fears, or like I do, like I think many of us do, somebody once said to me that, God's love is really the great equalizer in life. Because really, there are no better children in God's kingdom. Only children in different places with different jobs, and nobody has bragging rights, no matter who you are, who you think you are, or what you've accomplished, because all good gifts come from His heart and from His hand. They come down from the Father of lights. Shining down from the Father of lights, every good thing in my life. Raining down from the Father of lights, they come down from the Father of lights. One bright star burns away my darkness. One true hope gives me strength to stand. And my soul has found a resting place in the hollow of God's hand. Every river I could not cross, every dream that the wind has tossed, sting of failure, the pain of loss, they all just fade away. And the love come down, shining down from the Father of lights. Every good thing in my life, there's no doubt about it, I can see. Raining down from the Father of lights, through the sacred sacrifice. Now He pours His blessings down on me, down on me. have learned to embrace the laughter, to see the beauty in the simple things, and my heart has found the freedom a childlike faith can bring. Faith in more than I see or feel, faith in something that's much more real. The one thing even death can't steal, it never fades away. And the love come down, shining down from Father of the lights. Hey, every good thing in my life, there's no doubt about it, I can see. Raining down from the Father of lights, through the sacred sacrifice. Now he pours his blessings down on me. Down on me. They come down from the Father of lights. Now let me help you get your circulation going here, and you can clap along. Hey! Right there. 1, 2, 3, 9, 17. Shining down from the Father of the lights, every good thing in my life. There's no doubt about it, I can see. Hey! Raining down from the Father of the lights, through the sacred sacrifice. Now he pours his blessing down on me. Down on me. They come down from the Father of the lights. Oh yeah. Shining down from the Father of the lights. Every good thing in my life. Raining down from the Father of the lights. They come down from the Father. Down from the Father. Down from the Father of the lights. Hey, yeah. Oh, oh. Hey, yeah. Father of the lights. They come down. Father of the lights. They come down. Shining down from the Father of the lights. Every good thing in my life. Raining down from the Father of the lights. They come down from the Father. Down from the Father. Down from the Father of the lights. That's right, and don't you forget it. God bless you and Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Randy Stonehill, hey, I'll tell you what, he's one in a million, don't you think? He's a good guy. Been around for a long time.